From the McCormick Gymnasium in Fargo, North Dakota. Good evening, everybody. I'm Jed Thomas alongside my partner Lucas Johnson as we get set for North Dakota High School girls volleyball action as the Shanley Deacons prepare to take on the Fargo South Bruins. Well, folks, we have a great game in store for you here tonight between two conference rivals. Not just conference rivals, but city rivals. And Lucas, tell us, what should we be expecting from tonight's game?
Well, Jed, anytime you have two teams from the same city going at it, expect a high-intensity game. Every player out on the court wants to win, giving it their all. Really look for a great game here tonight.
Should be a fun one indeed. For now, we're going to turn things over to the PA announcer, but don't go anywhere, folks. We got some great volleyball action coming your way soon.
Good evening and welcome to the McCormick Gymnasium on the campus of Shanley High School for tonight's Eastern Dakota Conference volleyball matchup featuring the visitors on the scoreboard, the Fargo South Bruins, and your home team, Shanley Deacons. Shanley High School would like to remind all fans that we're a tobacco-free campus, so we ask that you refrain from smoking on the school grounds during your visit this evening. The concession stand and restrooms here at Shanley High School are located out in the commons area. At this time, we ask that you please rise as Father Charles LaCroix will lead us in prayer.
In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, amen. Father, through the death and resurrection of your Son Jesus, you have made us your adopted sons and daughters, confident to call you Father, and we thank you, Father, for gathering us together here today for this contest. As always, be with us, watch over us, bless all of us. Keep the players in good health, allow them to play to the best of their ability, and reward them for their efforts tonight. May all that happens here tonight give you great honor, glory, and praise. We pray all this in the name of your Son, Jesus, by the power of your Holy Spirit. You are God forever and ever. Amen. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Please remain standing, remove any headwear for the playing of our national anthem.
High school volleyball action is coming your way after a brief word from our sponsors.
This broadcast is presented by American Family Insurance, Ken Craft Agency, Bell Bank, Butler Machinery Company, the Fargo Jet Center, First International Bank and Trust, Form Communications, Luther Family Buick GMC, Master Construction, Moore Engineering, Netrix IT, Northern Improvement Company, Off the Wall Advertising, Robert Gibb and Sons, Sanford Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, Shields All Sports in Fargo, and TCI Insurance.
Good evening, folks, and welcome back to North Dakota High School volleyball action. I'm Jed Thomas alongside my partner Lucas Johnson, as we've got a great game in store for you here tonight as the Shanley Deacons prepare to take on the Fargo South Bruins. And Lucas, let's hop right to it. What are some of the key storylines headed into tonight's action?
Well, Jed, for Fargo South, looking at some key losses. Losing Emily Strope, as we know, who goes play at Ole Miss for volleyball. That is a key loss for them. They're going to probably start relying on their seniors to lead this team. On the Deacons side of things, that front line's been really strong with Emily Dietz and Kylie Conwisher. Really look for that to be strong again here tonight, as well as having to work on that back half of the court. It's been a little weak the past couple of games. Really look for Fargo South to maybe pick on that a little bit.
Of course, the Shanley backcourt has been struggling in the absence of senior leader Hannah Mans. And, you know, we mention it a lot, but I just don't think you can state the impact that has had on the Deacons. She is such a leader both on the court and in the locker room. And it's, you know, it's been really tough for the Deacons to overcome that. I think they've done a real nice job. But, of course, everybody is hoping for her to come back with a quick and speedy recovery from her injury that's withholding her from playing right now.
Of course, Jed. Anytime a team suffers an injury like that where they lose a key player, it's tough. But I think the Shanley Deacons have done a nice job working through that and able to build around that.
They have done a real nice job, especially when you look last week at that game we covered as they took on a real strong Davies team right here at home and were able to outlast them in 5 sets. How big was that for the Deacons to get their first win on their home court?
Absolutely, Jed. You know, when you get that win on home court, whether it's your first or the last, it's always a great feeling, and I think that that was a huge momentum boost for the Deacons, you know, being 0-2 on their home court and then having a huge win against that Davies team, and no slouch of a team either. I think that's a huge confidence booster there for the Deacons.
Before we get the action going, we'd like to give a quick shout out to former superintendent of JP2 schools, Dr. Smith. We're so happy to have you watching from El Salvador. Got to be one of the more exotic locations we've had people tuning in from, but we're real happy to hear it. So glad you can be watching. Of course, folks, if you're watching from anywhere in the country or anywhere in the world, as we just saw, feel free to tweet at us and tell us. We'll try to give you a shout-out on air. All right, both teams breaking from their huddles now, getting ready to get things going. South comes into tonight with a 5-7 record. The Deacons come in at 10-3. Both squads, though, are looking real strong right now as they've had some good success as of late. It will be Bruin ball to start off with. Claire Johnson is back to serve. And we're underway as Erholtz receives. Vetter sets in the quick spike from Conwisher. Sheriva's right there. The set from Johnson, and then it's sent over by Olsen. Received, set, and then the tap from Conwisher. It's a good dig by the Bruins, but then a collision near the out-of-bounds line. Johnson sends it back over. Dew receives. Vetter sets the spike from Roberts, but the whistle will give it to the Bruins as it looks like a net violation on the Deacons.
And that's something the Deacons have struggled with in the past, those mental errors. Got to take advantage of those if you're Fargo South.
Change up there from Johnson. It was a short serve. Roberts spike. She's denied. Set from Vetter. The spike from Conwisher. Oh, she coffin cornered it, and it's in. The Deacons get their first point.
It looked like it was tipped at the net there, too, so well done there.
Katie Roberts back to serve for the Deacons. She's a great presence at the net, but also real good serving. Long ball from Roberts taken by Olsen. It's wild in the air. The set and then the tap at the line denied by the Deacons and then out of bounds. Kraus couldn't get it over.
Nice job by the Deacons keeping that one inbound, getting a few hands on it. It looked like they're forcing them to make a play at the net.
2-1 lead for Shanley. Roberts serving. That ball taken awkwardly by Olsen. Set from Sherva, and then Olsen sends it back over, but it's out of bounds. Heads up play from Taylor Erholtz.
Great play there by Taylor Erholtz, realizing that that's going to be close, taking the chance, out of bounds. Great heads-up play.
Roberts serve, received by Olsen, set by Johnson, and then the spike. Oh, it went off of Roberts. Corbel got the point there for the Bruins.
Checking in for the Bruins, number 5 seed Fritz. Serving will be number 9, Anna Brecky.
Brecky back to serve. Long ball taken by Dew. The set from Vetter, and then the spike at the line by Conwisher. Still going though, Bruins keep it alive. Sheriva with a short one, a nice dig from Dew, the spike from Dietz! And the Deacons take a 4-2 lead.
After a huge game for Emily Dietz against Davies, I'd look for that to continue again with the momentum as this whole team feeds off. But again, Emily Dietz with a great game last game. Look for that to continue.
Long ball from Conwisher taken by Sheriva. Set from Johnson and then the spike from Fritz. Roberts is there. Vetter sets. Berg looking for the kill. Ball rejected. Conwisher has to send it back over for the Deacons. Sheriva receives. Johnson sets. A poke at the line. But it was out of bounds. Point Deacons.
Great job there by the Deacons. Kind of a heads-up play to keep that one going. It looked a little sketchy there for a little bit, but able to get that point off.
Shanley starting to settle in. Conwisher with a low serve, but a great dig from Brecky. The set and then the spike from Fritz. It's kept going by Roberts. Dew is there then to set it up for Berg. Her ball taken by Brecky, set by Johnson, and then the spike at the line from Kraus. It hit the net, and there's the signal. It's going to be Deacon point.
It did fall out of bounds, but it looked like it was tipped, so they gave that one to the Deacons.
Kylie Conwisher continues to serve. She's on a run right now. Conwisher's ball goes to Brecky. It's set by Johnson, and then at the line, Fritz put it over. Dew kept it going. It's a quick push from Roberts. At the line, Berg tries to send it over. Sheriva kept it up. Fritz again. She was trying to spike it cross court, but a bit of an awkward hit, and it ended up not going too far.
That's a mistake you won't see happen very often there, Jed. There again, maybe a little mental slip there. Tighten those up. Should be just fine.
Long serve from Conwisher. Sheriva receives, set from Johnson. But a long ball out of bounds and into the Deacon bench. Corbel put too much behind it.
Conwisher still serving. Timeout taken.
And already a timeout taken by the Bruins. A tough start, 8-2 in favor of the Deacons. Lucas, what does South have to do to try to regain some momentum here?
You know, Jed, they've got to calm down. Maybe looking like they're not really themselves playing, maybe hurrying. We saw in the last one there by Corbel that it was too strong. Maybe a little some nerves there, but maybe able to just settle down, start playing their game. Looking good when they're playing well.
You know, you touched on it earlier. This is a pretty young Fargo South team. They've only got 3 seniors on this squad and a lot of sophomores and some freshmen sprinkled in there. It's just a very young team, obviously a talented one, but, you know, we're seeing maybe some of the errors that come with that inexperience.
Absolutely, and, you know, anytime a team is a young team, really look for learning opportunities to be able to grow with that, and I'm sure these seniors have seen plenty of that. And I really look for them to be leaders for the younger players and able to help them grow as well.
Coming out of the timeout now, Bruins looking to get this game back under control. Conwisher serving still. That ball received by Fritz, set by Johnson, and then the spike at the line there from Maya Kraus, but it went out of bounds. 9-2 in favor of the home team. Hard serve from Conwisher, taken by Sheriva, set by Johnson. Corbel sent it over. Berg was there, Vetter sets, Berg spikes, Brecky kept it going, but it went out of bounds.
Nice job by Kylie Conwisher, kind of switching up her serves a little bit. She's had some softer ones that fall a little short, and that last one there, just a rocket off the serve.
You know, what's always impressive to me is Conwisher's ability to put so much power behind her serves, but still keep them so accurate and not send them out of bounds very often at all.
They're very well controlled. You don't see that very often.
Especially with someone who's so good in the front court. I think Kylie Conwisher is showing why she's so valuable to the Shanley team. Bruins trying to end her run as Brecky sent it over. Vetter sets it up for Dietz. She slapped it back. Oh, the Bruins keep it going on a great ball from Sheriva. But it was going to be 4 hits if they kept going, so it's point Deacons.
That was a great effort from Fargo South there. Keeping that up, at least giving themselves a chance, just fell short though.
Conwisher, short ball taken by Sheriva, makes it over to the Deacons side, but it doesn't stay there long as Emily Dietz smashes it right back.
That's always tough for a team when you get a strong ball from Kylie Conwisher and a dig that goes right back over to their side, sets them up perfectly.
Shorter ball again from Conwisher. Brecky did a nice job putting it up in the air. A tap from Fritz at the line, but it's Shanley point as that one was denied and then kind of did a roll on the net and went out of bounds. 13-2. Shanley really making a statement here in the beginning of game number 1. Conwisher with a high ball taken by Sheriva. The set and then the spike. Vetter keeps it going. Dew sets it up. Berg sends it over. Sheriva again. Johnson sets the spike from Fritz. This time, South is able to come away with points.
That was big for Fargo South there, Jed, able to get the ball back in their own hands, kind of hopefully start to set up a little roll of their own.
Corbel back to serve. Low serve from Corbel. Dew receives it, hits the net. Good read from Vetter to keep it going. Johnson sets for her teammates. The spike from Fritz. And once again, Keely Fritz has scored for the Bruins.
Those were 2 very nice looking spikes there from Fritz. Powerful and placed in a very nice spot.
13-4 now in favor of the home team. Corbel still serving. It's a lower one. Dew is there. Vetter sets the spike from Dietz. No chance there for Brecky. She was in great position, but Dietz just put too much behind it.
We had talked about that last game too. Emily Dietz with such a powerful spike. It's so hard to get good contact on that and get that back into play.
Long serve from Vetter. Received, and then, a miscommunication there between Johnson and Carl, and that cost the Bruins some real valuable points. Serve from Vetter, taken, and then the set from Johnson. The spike hits the net, kept alive by Manuel, but they're going to give it to the Deacons there. And we'll see, it looks like the ball hit the antenna,
I would say the antenna,
outside of the antenna, yeah. Brecky receives, set by Johnson. The spike from Carl, denied. She kept it going. Brecky sent it back over. Received by Roberts, set by Vetter. Spike from Berg. Oh, Sherva, what a dig. Brecky sends it up. Sherva sends it over. Roberts receives. Vetter sets. The spike from Dew. No chance.
Nice job by Brooklyn Dew. They're able to see the gap in that Bruins defense and thread the needle right in there. Great spike.
Now we've got another timeout now as the Deacons are up 17-4, and they are just really looking to be in control right now, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely, but the Deacons do have to remember that you can't get ahead of themselves. This is only game 1, and it is easy to kind of take that for granted, kind of get comfortable. But they do have to remember there's still plenty of volleyball left to be played, and that's also what South can be focusing on too, is that they're not quite out of this yet. You know, get out of this game, focus on the next couple, and play some of your best ones yet.
And you know, that's a really good point, Lucas. The absolute worst thing you can do here if you're Shanley is get lazy. We saw Shanley and Davies trade really good comebacks last week when it looked like either team was too far ahead to make it a game. Both squads really did a nice job of coming back. And if Shanley could learn anything from last week, it's that you have to play through the whole set. You cannot ease up. Vetter with the serve. Brecky is there, the set from Johnson, and then just a little tap that goes into her own net. Brooklyn Brownlee couldn't get it over.
Vetter still serving.
18-4 now. Vetter with a low serve. Brecky's there. Set by Johnson, and then the spike. Oh, a great job from Manuel to keep it going. Pushed over by Vetter. Brecky still there. Set by Johnson. Fritz on the spike. Denied at the line, but it goes out of bounds.
Out of bounds. It'll be point Bruins. Checking in for the Bruins, number 6, Brooklyn Klein. She will
Keep in
serve.
mind, folks, after set number 2, we will be unveiling the banner for the Boys Golf Championship last year. Be sure to stay tuned for that. Should be a fun one to watch. Dew on the spike, too far across court, out of bounds.
Point Bruins. Klein still serving.
18-6 now. Brooklyn Klein continues to serve. Short ball from Klein. Roberts is there. Set by Vetter. Spike from Berg. Sherva kept it up, and then Klein kept it going. What a play from the Bruins. Vetter sets. Dietz spikes it. Still in the air. Finally, Emily Dietz gets the kill. What an effort from Brooklyn Klein.
Just cannot get that ball by Emily Dietz. The initial spike, but a great dig there by Fargo South, but Emily Dietz right back at it. Gets the point for Shanley.
Huber's serve taken by Brecky, and then Johnson just taps it over. What a smart play there from the setter.
Just a heads-up play there, knowing you don't have to set the ball, don't have to take up all 3 hits. Catching Shanley off guard, great point.
Ashley Olsen serving, it barely scrapes over. A nice dig from Huber, but just couldn't get under it, and there's a point for the Bruins. Short serve taken by Manuel, set from Vetter, spike from Berg. Oh, goes off of Sherva. She's right back up though, didn't look affected by that one. It did hit her up by the head. Taylor Earholtz checking in now. 20-8 in favor of the Deacons. Earholtz's serve. Received, set, and then the spike from Brecky. It's a short one. Roberts was there. Vetter sets. Dew sends it over. Ball still going. Oh, what a play from Roberts, but Sherva was able to keep it alive. Olsen puts it up in the air. Huber steps in to take it. Vetter sets. Spike from Dew went out of bounds. It looked to maybe be tipped at the line, but no, they will give it to the Bruins.
Great job by Katie Roberts using that reach to keep that ball in play, but nice job by Fargo South to be able to get that point.
South showing real nice resilience there. Deacons look to have their number at a couple points, but they stayed tall. Right there, though, the Deacons do get a point, and it's 21-9. South really needs to go on a run right now if they want to take game 1 back. Dew's serve goes out of bounds. That could be a break that South needs.
Checking back in for the Bruins, number 16, Brooklyn Brown. Serving will be number 10, Claire Johnson.
Claire Johnson back to serve as Brownlee checks back in for the Bruins. Low serve from Johnson. It was a fast one. Huber was there. The set from Vetter, the spike from Roberts, and Sherva couldn't keep it going.
You know, Jed, Fargo South doing a nice job on these serves, coming in low and fast. Those aren't the easiest in the world to return. So look for that to help them out later.
Roberts' serve taken in the back by Olsen, set by Johnson, the spike from Brecky, and it's a great kill there by Brecky as it falls right on the Shanley side.
Back in for the Bruins, number 5, Cindy Fritz. Serving number 9, Anna Brecky.
Brecky serving, but that ball into the net. A critical error there for South as they really could have used a run there.
The Deacons, number 14, Sydney Smith. Number 8, Sierra Berg. Serving, number 6, Kylie Conwisher.
Sydney Smith in for the Deacons. Kylie Conwisher back to serve. There's the whistle, and Conwisher will serve now. Brecky takes it at center, set by Johnson, and then the spike from Fritz is blocked. And then Smith tapped it over. Fritz kept it going. Conwisher receives. Smith sets the spike from Dietz, and it drops the kill for Emily Dietz.
That ball was tipped at the net, Jed. Maybe threw those back few off a little bit. Nice job there by the Deacons. Game point here.
Game point in game number 1. 24-11 lead for the Deacons. Conwisher looking to end a very successful first game so far. Johnson sets. Fritz taps it over. Dew keeps it going. Dietz sets it up. Berg on the spike. And the Deacons take game number 1.
Deacons take game 1 by a score of
25-11. What an opening game for the Shanley Deacons.
That was very strong showing there by the Deacons. After a few close games there, Jed, I'm sure this feels nice to kind of just know that you're in control and know that there's you're able to perform the way you want to.
Just a huge confidence booster for them, especially after playing so many close games last week and even just before that against Red River. Shanley is looking to try to make a statement here tonight after some real nail-biters. At this time, we'd like to take a minute to remind you that Shanley TV is made possible in part by the Shanley Athletic Club and their generous members. Check out their website today at shanleyathletic.club.com to learn how your membership contributes to Shanley TV, the Deacon Den, and many other student-athlete needs. While you're there, be sure to renew your annual membership by clicking the Join Now button, or become a member if you're not one already. It's easy to become a member and anyone can join, so sign up today. The Shanley Athletic Club, taking Deacon athletics to a higher level. Again, don't forget, folks, the state championship golf banner will be unveiled after set number 2. Lucas, you must be excited about that one.
Absolutely, Jed. You know, it was a heck of an experience this past year to be able to play on that team, and it was just a lot of fun to be able to walk away with the win. I wish our graduated seniors Pat Trainer and Jack Olson could be here with us, but yeah, just a lot of fun last year.
Well, they don't call you the golf pro for nothing. But congratulations to the golf team. Obviously, a great honor for them and just a great thing for Shanley. Right now, though, we're talking volleyball, and South, you know, they had some nice moments there in the first game. I thought serving, they had a couple of girls who looked really strong, but I think it was a combination of some mental errors and overall really strong play from the Deacon front court that made that game 1 so tough. So, Lucas, the question you're asking right now for yourself is, what do we have to do to make a statement here in game number 2 and come charging back?
Well, I think it's important that they recognize the little things they did right. You know, oftentimes, like you had mentioned, the mental errors, kind of, you know, being able to tighten those up. You know, they get a couple points, easy points back due to mental errors. So maybe work on not having as many as those. But we have seen the Deacon front be extremely strong here in this first game. So maybe look to not so much go for the spike, but like we've seen the trick plays, the quick sets and stuff like that to be able to catch the Deacons off guard. Really look for some improvement here by Fargo South.
Well, a good first game for the Deacons. South looking to rebound now. Making some last-minute adjustments to their starting setup. Shanley has gotten some real nice play out of, I think, 2 girls we expected it from, Kylie Conwisher and Emily Dietz, both doing exactly what we expected in game number 1. Waiting for the whistle here to get things set. Shanley will start off game number 2 serving.
Serving will be number 17, Brooklyn.
It'll be Brooklyn Dew back there for the Deacons. And we're underway. Long serve from Dew, taken by Brecky, set by Johnson. The spike taken by Huber. Vetter set, spike from Roberts. Oh, right in the corner. Wow, talk about threading the needle.
I mean, that looked, to us, I think that looked right on that line.
Oh.
I don't know how close it had to have been, but, I mean, I don't think it could get much closer.
Dew's serve, nice dig from Brecky. Sherva puts it up. Olsen puts it over. Dew receives, quick set, the spike goes off the hands of the Bruins and out, but a violation against the Deacons.
Subbing in number 5.
So they'll turn the ball over to the Bruins. And if South can get off to a strong start here, they could really change the narrative of the game. Dew receives, Vetter sets, spike from Conwisher, it's kept up by Johnson. Put in the air by Fritz. Johnson sends it over. Huber receives. Vetter sets. Spike from Roberts. Point Deacons.
Point Deacons. Emily Beats checking in. Serving number 3, Katie Roberts.
Katie Roberts back to serve. Another member of that front court who can do some real damage serving. Long serve. Taken by Fritz, set by Johnson. A quick tap, falls right back into Bruin territory, though, from Maya Kraus.
Nice job by that Deacon front. They have been struggling getting those blocks back inbounds. Nice job there to kind of direct that one right where they couldn't reach it.
Roberts continues to serve. Received by Fritz, put up in the air by Johnson. Fritz comes back to spike it. Dietz put it up in the air. Quick tap onto the Shanley side, and then the ball goes out of bounds, rolling into the stands.
That was a nicely well-executed quick tap, catching Brooklyn Dew off guard and getting the Bruins the point there.
Serve from Corbel, received by Erholtz, set by Vetter, and then the spike from Conwisher, and it's just in there. My goodness, that one about as close as can be.
Really painting the edges here tonight, Jed.
Serving, Willie Madison Noisen.
Noisen back to serve. Short ball, and the Bruins can't get under that one.
Madison Noisen.
Fritz just could not quite get under it, just out of position. Noison's serve, taken by Brecky, set by Johnson. Fritz up there to send it over, and oh, the Deacons are caught off guard.
Dietz just not able to get enough on there to block that one completely, so catching that back half of the Deacons off guard and keeping that one short.
Klein serving. Low one. Roberts is there, the set from Vetter, and then the spike from Dietz. Oh, that one almost kept in play by Brooklyn Klein, but it falls out of bounds.
Serving will be number 11, Julia Vetter.
Julia Vetter back to serve. Vetter's ball just taps the net, and it falls on the Bruins side. Ace for Julia Vetter.
A little risk reward there, Jed. Those short, soft serves sometimes get caught up in that net.
Sherva takes it. Johnson sets. The spike denied by Emily Dietz.
Emily Dietz having another great showing here tonight. What a player for the Deacons.
Just really picking up where she left off. A short serve there from Vetter, and I think she could tell before it was even towards the net. You know, sometimes you can just feel when you short them.
Maybe trying to play that real high soft shot, catch the Bruins off guard there, just didn't work out.
Set from Vetter, spike from Dew off the hands of a few Bruins and drops.
Checking in for the Deacons, number 10, Michaela O'Leary. O'Leary serving.
Michaela O'Leary serving now. It's a 9-4 lead for the home team. Long ball from O'Leary. Klein is there, and then Johnson just pokes it over. Kept up by Dew, though. Berg put it up. Dew sends it over. Received by Olsen, set by Johnson, and then Brecky taps it. Put up in the air by Roberts, set from Vetter, spike from Dew, still going. Sherva's there. The set from Johnson. Brecky spiking again, but it's blocked out of bounds. Point Bruins.
Big point for the Bruins now. They're not out of this one. If they can get on a nice little roll here, they could even take the lead.
Sherva's serve goes off of Dew and out of bounds. A funny play. Ace there, though, for the Bruins. Sherva with a low serve. Noisen receives. Vetter sets, and then Roberts sends it over. Kept in the air by Brecky. Brecky spikes. She's denied. Johnson kept it going. Sherva sets it up. Bit of confusion. Olsen got it over. Noisen receives. It's set by Vetter. Spike from Berg. That hits the net. And it's a point for the Deacons.
Conwisher back in.
10-6 Shanley. Erholtz serving. Long ball from Erholtz. Olsen is there. Brecky pushes. O'Leary receives. Vetter sets. Roberts spikes. 11-6 now.
Deacons.
Soccer also going on tonight here at Shanley, and the Shanley boys team is up 1-0 halfway through the first half. That one goal coming from Jake Reinholtz. Dew keeps it up in the air. O'Leary to Vetter. Olsen able to get the dig. The set from Johnson, the tap from Brecky. Vetter is there, the set from Dew, and then the spike from Roberts. Olsen keeps it up. Johnson sets, spike from Brecky, it goes out of bounds. Point Deacons.
Point Deacons. Taylor Erholtz still
Great effort by both teams there on a couple occasions, able to keep that ball up and in play. Shanley, though, walks away with the point.
Low serve from Erholtz. Klein receives, tap at the line. Oh, Deacons weren't expecting it. Claire Johnson got it over.
There again, we talked about that during the break, that Bruins might capitalize on opportunities like that with a quick tap over the net instead of setting it up.
12-7 lead for Shanley. The serve from Johnson. Great job by the Deacons to keep it going, but then Erholtz pushed it too far, out of bounds.
Heads-up play there by Sherva, able to know that that one was out of bounds. Just a little too strong there from, I believe it was Erholtz.
Johnson serve, low, fast one. Roberts was there. Vetter puts it up in the air. The spike from Conwisher off the hands of Olsen. Sherva keeps it going. Johnson sends it over. O'Leary receives. The set from Vetter. The spike from Conwisher. Oh, Kylie Conwisher blasts it through the hands of the defenders.
So much power behind that. That is so hard to defend against.
Brooklyn Dew still serving. Ball taken by Sherva. The set. And then just a tap at the line there, goes over the net. The spike from Conwisher. Sherva kept it up in the air, and then the ball falls. Miscommunication leads to Deacon points.
Here again, we talked about those mental errors by the Bruins having to take a timeout here now, down 14-8. Maybe trying to recollect, calm down a little bit, and focus on the little things.
And you know, South has looked a lot better in this second game. They've played just better volleyball on the whole, but they have let this lead become 6 now. And we can take a look at a couple replays here to just kind of see what's gone right and what's gone wrong. There was that nice block from Emily Dietz. She's just really, you know, we can't say it enough, picking up where she left off, having a great game. There's some more dominant front court play from the Deacons. That time it was Sierra Berg.
And, you know, Jed, if you're the Deacons, here again, you just can't let up in a game like this where you're in control, almost, I don't want to say completely different from the last games, but you're almost a different feel. You can't relax so much to the point where you yourself start making the mental mistakes. You've got to stay sharp and be able to keep your foot on the gas pedal.
It's Brooklyn Dew serving. Coming out of that timeout now, Bruins looking to regroup. The whistle and Dew serves. Sherva puts it up in the air. Someone's got to come in there. It's Johnson. Olsen pushes it over. Dew receives. Vetter sets the spike from Roberts. It's blocked and falls on the Shanley side. 14-9.
That might have caught all net there, Jed. Not sure if Bruins got a hand on that. Just maybe a little mistake there by Katie Roberts, one you might not see very often.
Well, you know, they'll take it as they get that ball now to serve. Shanley trying to get it back, though. Quick push. Vetter sets it up for Roberts. Whoa, she put a lot behind it, but it was too much as it goes out of bounds.
Bruins are not out of this one. We've seen in the past couple games Shanley has played where their deficits have reached 7. Bruins only out of this by 4. Looking for a nice little comeback here.
Long serve from Brecky. Erholtz receives. Set by Vetter. Spike from Conwisher. Oh my goodness. Goes off of Brecky and out of bounds.
Point. Deacons, side out. Deacons, check it back in.
Again, that power.
Katie Roberts.
Katie Roberts serve. Taken by Fritz. Put up in the air by Johnson, and then Sherva sends it over. It was tipped at the line. And it's a violation on the Deacons. A net violation indeed, and it's now 15-11, still in favor of the Deacons. Corbel's ball taken by Dew. Sent forward by Vetter, pushed by Dietz. Brecky receives, set by Johnson. The spike from Fritz. It's Roberts who's there. Quick set, and the spike goes off the net, trying to keep it up with the Deacons. They could not. And looky here, it's only a 3-point lead for Shanley.
Shanley's kind of slipping into the mold where they're letting some easy ones go here. They've got to stay focused.
Just have to stay on your toes. That ball goes off the antenna. It did fall inbounds, but it went outside the antenna, so it's a Bruin point.
Serving still number 7, Mackenzie Corbel.
Corbel, low ball, taken by Dew, set by Vetter, and then the spike from Conwisher. There's a bit more of what we've seen from the Deacons.
Point Deacons. Riley Payne and Sierra Berg.
Sierra Berg and Riley Payne come in.
For the Bruins. Payne serving.
Riley Payne's serve. It's a long one. The Bruins got it right back over, but Emily Dietz.
She is lethal when that ball just gets returned like that. I think we've seen that happen 3 times now tonight, Jed.
It has really just been very impressive as another timeout is taken here.
South looking to maybe recuperate here. They are not out of this. We've seen they worked that or chiseled that lead down to 2 now. So definitely looking to improve on some of the good things they've done. Had a few mental errors, but look for those to maybe be fixed here coming out of this timeout.
30 seconds left in this timeout. Again, South, as we've said, looking sharper here in this second game. It's just about that consistency and, finally being able to string some points together, because you're just not going to get anything going if you can't score points consecutively. Riley Payne still serving. Shorter ball, taken dead center by Fritz. The set from Johnson, and then the spike blocked at the line. Bruins keep it going. Spike there from Kraus, kept in the air by Dew. It's rejected by the Bruins and fell out of bounds. 18-13 Deacons.
Still serving.
Payne serve a low one. Fritz puts it up in the air and out of bounds. An ace as the Bruins start to feel the pain.
That's a great one there, Jed.
Well, you'll be hearing it a lot from me as Riley Payne, of course, a freshman star for the volleyball team and also the basketball team. She's one of those Fab 3, as we like to call them. Riley Payne, Hadley Huber, and Olivia Manuel, 3 great freshmen for the Deacons. That ball kept in the air by Brecky. Oh my gosh. Brecky gonna try to send it over. A fantastic effort, but it just comes up short.
Riley Payne still serving.
Low serve from Payne. The set from Johnson, and then the spike from Kraus. Great job keeping it in the air, but the Bruins can't keep it going. It was Brownlee who put it up there, but Sherva ran into the bench trying to get to it.
Payne still serving.
Short serve from Payne, and there was Sherva. Set from Johnson. Kraus on the spike. Dew is back there. Ball fell right up against the net. Not much Vetter could do.
Point Bruins. Klein coming in. Brooklyn Klein serving.
Brooklyn Klein in to serve. Low serve from Klein. Roberts put it up in the air. The set, and then the spike from Emily Dietz.
That quick set there by Julia Vetter. It's very much like her sister Andrea Vetter. I'm sure where she learned most of the tricks of the trade there. Nicely done by those two, Emily Dietz and Julia Vetter.
Julia Vetter with 16 assists on the night. Brecky receives. Set by Johnson, and then the spike at the line. Dietz got a piece of it. The Deacons able to keep it in the air. Berg sent it over, but it went out of bounds.
Sierra Berg set out of bounds. Point Bruins side out. Checking in number 18, Ashley Olsen. Olsen will serve.
Olsen in now for the Bruins. Short serve from Olsen. Visser from an odd angle. A great effort from Vetter, but it goes out of bounds. Ace for South. Olsen's serve. Visser is there. Vetter sets it up, and then Visser sends it over. There's some more points for the Deacons.
Well placed there. Just a nice soft, not so much a tap, but kind of a hybrid between a tap and a spike there from Visser, right in that hole.
Deacons 2 points away from making it a 2-0 lead. O'Leary's serve. Received by Klein, set by Johnson. Brecky spikes, it goes out of bounds. But it was tipped at the line.
Bruins checking back in number 7 against the Corporal serving and Sherman.
The serve taken, and then it falls out of bounds. Payne could not quite get it to go forward. It went in reverse and out of bounds. Jake Reinholtz with another goal in the Deacons soccer game as they lead things 2-0 over North. We'll try to keep you posted there. Meanwhile, Roberts with a heck of a ball that goes off of Sherva and out of bounds. It is game point now. South has played their best volleyball so far in this game, and they're going to do anything they can to try to stop the Deacons from hitting 25. Airholtz serve taken by Sherva, set by Johnson. Olsen sends it over. Airholtz receives. Vetter sets. Conwisher with a tap at the line. Johnson kept it going.
Wow.
The Bruins stay alive. O'Leary sends it forward. The set and then the spike from Visser goes out of bounds.
This is still out of bounds. Point Bruins. Checking back in number 4. Maya Krause. Johnson serving.
Johnson serving, game point still. Roberts receives, Vetter sets the spike from Conwisher, and that's game number 2. It goes to the Deacons. Shanley takes a 2-0 lead in games, and right now we'll excuse Lucas Johnson, and I'm going to turn things over to the PA announcer as you can watch Shanley raise the 2016 state champion boys golf banner. So I'll turn things over to the PA now. Enjoy.
At this time, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to focus your attention to center court. Last spring, your 2016 boys golf team, led by head coach Don Johnson, won the North Dakota Class A state championship played in Minot. The come from behind wing, sure Don Johnson would win his 4th boys state golf title, and the team would finish on top of the state 3 out of the past 6 years. Team members include Lucas Johnson, All-EDC, Pat Trainer, All-EDC, Nick Carlson, All-EDC, Jeff Olson, Ben Trainer, and John Paul Harvey. Your assistant coach, Don Kenham, and head coach, Don Johnson. There's Don back there. Ready to unveil. Go ahead, coach. There you go. Congratulations. Your 2016 boys state golf champions, Shanley Deacons.
A fun moment there for the Shanley boys golf team as they unveil their state championship banner. Of course, our own Lucas Johnson down there right now celebrating. A fun sight to see. We've got volleyball going down, though, right now, and it is right now a 2-0 lead for the Deacons, up 2-0. We enter Game 3 now with the Bruins on the ropes a bit. In that first game, they struggled to get points on the board, couldn't put together many solid runs. Shanley looked real strong, but, in that second game, South just really came back looking good. In the end, though, Shanley took it 25-19, I believe, and that was in large part thanks to the play of their front court, specifically Kylie Conwisher and Emily Dietz. Right now, Shanley looking very strong. That's just a little bit of a game recap as I wait for Lucas to get his headset back on here. Lucas, we're glad to have you back. That was a fun moment down there. I'm sure you're happy to get that banner up and unveiled.
Absolutely. Hey, Gym's never looked better, Jed.
You can say that again. These Deacon girls, of course, would love to add a banner of their own to the wall. Last year, they came up just short in the title game. But that experience, I think, has been really valuable for them, and I think will be as tournament time rolls around.
I do think that is making them play with almost a chip on their shoulder, giving them a little more fire to go out and get it themselves.
Johnson serve taken by Earholtz as we get game number 3 going. Roberts' spike goes into the net, and the Bruins start things off with a 1-0 lead. Serve from Johnson, taken by Huber, set by Vetter. Roberts could not get a clean look at it, and it's 2-0 Bruins now.
Claire Johnson still serving.
The serve goes right past the Deacons, my goodness. It's 3-0 right now.
Just a great serve there by Johnson, able to just fast and low.
South really on a roll to get things started here. That serve into the net, though, and that's real tough as they have all the momentum going. Emily Dietz checks in for the Deacons. Katie Roberts back to serve. Low serve from Roberts, sent up by Olsen. Johnson sets it up, and then the tap from Kraus goes out of bounds. And it'll be Bruin point as the Deacons tipped it at the net.
Bruins side out, checking back in for Fritz. Serving number 9, Anna Brecky.
Low ball from Brecky. Earholtz is there. Vetter sets. Conwisher sends it over, but it looked out of bounds, and that's what they'll say. 5-1 right now, and how about this from the Fargo South Bruins?
A little change of pace here for the Bruins. This is going to be great for them morale-wise.
Brecky's serve just in.
Serve.
Wow, an ace for Brecky. It's 6-1 now, and the Deacons have to take a timeout. Lucas, Shanley finding themselves in an unfamiliar position here tonight. What's the plan right now, down 6-1?
It's tough, Jed, when you've came out and dominated 2 games now, and now you're down 6-1. Deacons coming out of that huddle pretty quick. I'm wondering if Coach Johnson just kind of told them, hey, calm down, play your game. We've done this before. I'm sure these girls are trying to figure it out themselves, kind of recoup, play their game, because they know they can do it.
It was a real quick break from that huddle. And, I think that's the confidence we're seeing from Shanley. Both Coach Johnson and his girls, they know what their game plan is, and I think they're sending a message right now that they're not going to change their game plan just because they're struggling. Whether or not that's the right move, we'll see here as they come out of the timeout. Brecky continues to serve. She's having a great run. Dew receives. Vetter sets. Conwisher spikes. Oh, what a ball. Kylie Conwisher again with the heater.
Sarah Bird checking in for the Deacons. Serving number 6, Kylie Conwisher.
Kylie Conwisher back to serve. Low ball from Conwisher. Sheriva's there. The set from Johnson, the spike from Fritz. It goes into her net. She had the right idea, though, as if she could just get it over, there was a wide open gap.
Fargo South now has got to kind of play their own game. Yes, they're ahead, but they've got to keep doing the things right.
Johnson sets. The spike from Kraus goes out of bounds. It is 6-4, still in favor of the visiting team. Conwisher with the low serve. Brecky takes it. It falls just at the net. And a tough position there for Johnson to try to get the set, as that ball was right up against the net.
That was not ideal possession for a setter there. Kind of struggles. You kind of have to get that ball back into play. Deacons may have looked like they got a hand on that one too.
The set, and then at the line, Fritz could not get it over. A block at the line. 6-6 tie game, and now the Bruins take a timeout of their own. So how about that? You know, Coach Johnson calls a timeout. They huddle for about 10 seconds and break.
Quick one.
I think some people probably were maybe a little doubted that decision. You know, it's not the most conventional one, but right now it pays off real well, 6-6.
You know, it was a good job by the Deacons kind of catching up, being able to start playing their game. You know, that didn't look like Deacon volleyball that we've seen the first two games in those first, 7 points. So I think the Bruins now got to remember what they did right, what they're able to do, which we've seen have been some good key plays by the Bruins.
Well, the Deacons trusted the system, and it paid off. They stick to their game plan, tied 6-6. Still a lot of points left in this third game. The Bruins have to win it to stay alive, and they're going to try to use that timeout to regain the lead. Conwisher's serve, it's a long one. Sheriva decided to go for it. Brecky sets it up. Sheriva sends it over. Dew puts it in the air. Vetter sets. Berg spikes. Point Deacons. 7-6 now as Shanley claims the lead. In an update from the soccer game, Jake Reinholtz with his third goal of the game to take a 3-0 lead. And I don't think anyone's surprised Jake Reinholtz has 3 goals. He has been tearing it up all year. What a save from Berg as Dew sends it back. Conwisher sends it over, but the Bruins are not backing down. Fritz spikes, she's denied. Johnson sets it up. Brecky sends it forward. Sheriva sends it over. Conwisher receives, it's caught up in the basketball hoop. Dew sent it forward, and then Roberts whiffed on it. Probably a little confused as that ball was up in the rafters.
I thought we might have another replay from the Davies game when it got stuck up there.
Looked like it might actually go through the net.
Is that any extra points, I wonder?
I don't think so, Lucas. The spike from Berg kept up in the air, but then a miscommunication. And that's not the first time we've seen that from the Bruins. But, you know, right now you have to give them a lot of credit. They have kept some balls in the air that have been extremely difficult to keep going.
And we do have to note that each game they have been getting better. The deficit has been less and less. And this one they even had a nice sizable lead there.
Roberts puts it up. The set, and then, Dietz whiffs on the spike there.
It was a tough set there by Manuel, just not in the position Dietz wanted. Maybe overshot that a little bit. She is young and has plenty of time to learn.
Again, one of those freshmen for the Deacons. The serve is a low one. Ehrholz was able to keep it up, and then Dietz with the tap at the line. Dew sends it up. Vetter sets the spike from Berg. 9-8. Shanley Deacons.
Nice play there by Berg. Sheriva maybe thinking that's going to come to the near court, near to us anyway. Kind of redirects that one over to Sheriva's left. Well placed.
Hadley Huber back serving. Huber's ball taken by Sheriva, set by Johnson. Fritz here to spike it. She's denied. Sierra Berg combines with Brooklyn Dew to reject that ball. And a quick shout out to Brooklyn Dew's aunts watching in New Jersey and Maryland. Glad to see we have some people watching from far away. And I'm glad you could watch her tonight. Bruins doing a great job keeping this ball going, but then the spike goes out of bounds. And, you know, we have seen a lot of cases where the Bruins have kept balls going, kept points alive, but then just can't finish.
Maybe having a little nerves, a little adrenaline, but we have seen multiple of those where they're set up, they're just a little strong.
That ball, though, will fall in favor of the Bruins. It's Brownlee who sent it over. Substitution now as Olsen comes in. She'll serve.
Bruins only down by 2 here, so this is an important possession for them.
Short serve. Oh, Ehrholtz kept it going. Berg spikes. Wow!
Great job by
point.
Taylor Ehrholtz, able to keep that one up. It was a nice low short serve there, but Taylor able to get just enough on that one to keep it in play.
Ehrholtz started off well and Berg finished it well. Ehrholtz serve, low one. Set from Johnson. The spike from Brecky, kept in the air by Huber. Ehrholtz has to hurry to it. Roberts sends it over. Sheriva puts it up, Johnson sets, and then the spike goes cross court. Julia Vetter kept it going. Vetter sends it over herself now. Sheriva's there. The set from Johnson. Brecky on the spike. Conwisher got a piece of it. Set from Vetter. Trying to send it over was Roberts. She gets the point. 13-9 Shanley.
Ehrholtz serving.
Taylor Ehrholtz back to serve. Received by Klein, set by Johnson. Brecky taps it over. Ehrholtz couldn't keep it going.
They're again using more of the tap and not so much going for that spike. It has worked well for the Bruins.
Huber puts it up, it hits the net and falls on the Deacons side. Point Bruins.
Point Bruins. Still serving.
13-11 now. South, as you said, Lucas, has looked better and better each game. Sheriva's serve taken by Huber, set by Vetter. Conwisher sends it over. Olsen puts it up. The set from Johnson. Brecky on the spike. Huber able to keep it up. Roberts is there. Vetter going to have to send it over. She will. Sheriva. The set from Johnson. It's Klein who sends it over, and then it just falls in a gap in the Deacon defense.
Looks like a major miscommunication there by the Deacons. You don't see that happen very often. I wonder if someone thought there was an extra body back there or something. Just don't see that happen very often.
Sheriva's serve taken by Ehrholtz, set by Vetter. The spike denied at the line. Roberts puts it up. Vetter sets. Roberts tries again. Oh, what a bullet.
Wow. That had so much behind that.
Side out. Brooklyn Dew serving.
Brooklyn Dew back to serve. Long serve from Dew. Klein's there. The set from Johnson. Brecky sends it over. It was tipped at the line and fell out of bounds. 14-13 Deacons. They're clinging to a 1-point lead.
Point Bruins. Maya Cross back in, serving number 10, Claire Johnson.
Claire Johnson. Low serve. Huber's there. The set from Vetter. Roberts taps it over. Oh, Sheriva kept it going. Johnson sets for Brecky. Spike is denied. Still in the air. The Bruins couldn't get it back over.
It'll be point Deacons. Side out. Emily Dietz back in.
Emily Dietz checks back in.
Serving number 3, Katie Roberts.
Katie Roberts back to serve. 15-13 lead. Taken by Sheriva. The set, and then the spike goes into the net. Now a 3-point lead for Shanley.
South's been playing really well this game. You know, they're not out of this. They got to keep doing what they're doing and keep fighting way back into it.
Roberts serve, a shorter one. Olsen's there. The set from Johnson, and then a tap at the line falls back on the Bruins side. 17-13, and a timeout taken by the Bruins. Again, we'd like to remind you that Shanley TV is made possible in part by the Shanley Athletic Club and their generous members. Check out their website today at shanleyathleticClub.com to learn how your membership contributes to Shanley TV, the Deacon Den, and many other student-athlete needs. While you're there, be sure to renew your annual membership by clicking the Join Now button, or become a member if you're not one already. It's easy to become a member and anyone can join, so sign up today. The Shanley Athletic Club, taking Deacon athletics to a higher level. Shanley Athletic Club, of course, a great organization to which we owe a lot of thanks for keeping us going and helping to bring all of our broadcasts to you. Back to the game now. It's Katie Roberts serving. Deacons are starting to build a lead right now. Sherva receives, set by Johnson. Then Brecky comes in to spike it, but there was too much behind it. We've seen a lot of balls from the Bruins that just have too much behind them tonight.
You know, being able to not only have that hard spike, but like we've seen, it's worked, that soft little tap into the Deacon defense holes. I think at this point, maybe focus a little more on that.
Johnson sets. Kraus sends it over. Dew receives. Vetter sets. And then the spike from Conwisher. Johnson was there, though. And now the ball's sent back over. Oh, a great ball from Kraus. It almost curves there. It goes past the Deacon front court and drops in the middle.
It had Katie Roberts fooled. Thought that one might be out of bounds, so she left it. Taylor not quick enough to get there to return.
Brecky serving. Erholtz receives. Vetter puts it up. Spike from Dietz hits the net. Still up in the air. Conwisher sends it over. Point Deacons. 19-14 Shanley. Substitution here for the Deacons. Berg checks in. Conwisher back there to serve. Conwisher's ball, a deep one, put up by Sherva. The set from Johnson, the spike from Fritz is denied. Brecky sends it back over. Dietz taps it back. Kraus able to keep it alive. Johnson sent it over. Conwisher receives. Vetter sets. Berg the push. Brecky to Johnson. The spike from Fritz is denied. Bruins still going, a whistle though, and I think we had four hits there.
Yeah.
That's a tough break for South as Shanley now hits the 20-point threshold.
South now has to minimize those mental errors. Can't give the Deacons any more free points.
Conwisher's ball taken by Sherva. Set from Johnson. The spike from Kraus is denied. Emily Dietz. Just a brick wall at the net.
Just another great game here tonight, doing just about everything, spiking, blocking, you know, being a force to reckon with up front.
Conwisher, low serve. Brecky is there. The set, and then Fritz sends it over. Dew receives. Vetter sets it up. Berg spikes. That ball splits the defenders. 22-14 Deacons. Sierra Berg with 9 kills on the night. And Kylie Conwisher with 7. So again, that Deacon front court doing real well. This time, though, the Bruins are able to get the points. Erholtz checks in for the Deacons. 22-15 Shanley.
Big possession here, Jed, for the Bruins.
Corbel's serve. Taken by Roberts, set by Vetter. The spike from Dietz. My goodness. It is match point now, it looks like. Deacons up 24-14. Manuel serve. The set from Johnson, the spike at the line. Deacons trying to keep it going. It's Dew. Manuel puts it up. Dew sends it back over, but it goes off of Dietz and into the net. 24-15 remains match point. Klein back to serve. Low serve. Dew is there. Up high in the air. Manuel sets. Dew comes in. Just a little push. Dietz was not fooled. Berg sends it over. What a job from Sierra Berg. Johnson sets. Brecky spikes. Denied by Dietz. Dew receives. Manuel sets. Here comes Dietz. Oh, it's still in the air. The Bruins keep it going. Fighting for their lives. Roberts sends it forward. Manuel sets the spike from Emily Dietz. There it is. The Deacons take it 3-0. My goodness, what a statement victory from the Deacons here tonight.
Absolutely, from a couple close games here in the past few weeks to now being able to take one 3-0. Huge confidence booster for the Deacons.
South heads back to the drawing board now, but you know, if you're the Bruins, you can't hang your head about tonight's outcome. You're coming into a real good team's home court. You're a young squad that lost a lot of seniors. I think things will be really looking up for the Bruins in the next few years. Obviously, right now, a pretty good squad going. Right now, though, it was Shanley who was able to outlast them tonight, taking it 3-0. Before we go, we'd like to remind you, be sure to join us throughout the week as Shanley celebrates their homecoming. This Thursday, the 22nd at 7, we'll have boys soccer versus West Fargo. Right now, boys soccer is up 3-0 on North at halftime. Jake Reinholtz with all 3 of those goals. Then join us Friday, the 23rd at 6 p.m. for the homecoming week football game as the Deacons take on the Grafton Spoilers. For a list of all our upcoming broadcasts, go to shanleytv.com and click on the upcoming broadcast tab. Should be a fun rest of the week in our broadcasts. Well, tonight we had a great one going, the first of 3 for this week. A fun homecoming coming your way. For Lucas Johnson and our entire crew, I'm Jed Thomas. Your final score from Fargo: Shanley Deacons 3, South Bruins 0. To watch the archive version of this entire game and our other broadcasts, go to shanleytv.com. The proceeding has been a presentation of Shanley TV.